Hello, gentlemen. In today's breaking news, we have top stories. VW make 5 that died on the road. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Into the breaking news edition, we got a Volkswagen Jetta 2007 model that the driver's complaint on this car is that it swerves and pull right to left while driving. It is not a normal situation of pulling to right or pulling consistently to left. This side, it pulls to either ways. So today, thank God, we don't have any driver who have lost his life on this very process. So we're trying to diagnose exactly what the problem is wrong with this very car here to avoid any catastrophic destruction. So now going according to how I actually perceive the whole system, I want to give you further tip for most of you who are following the process which I actually shown on the previous video there. I said there could be things that could actually be the problem. It could be a linkage, it could be a bushing, it could be a tie rod. But we've inspected the tie rod very well, and these tie rods are all very intact, and the bushings are all intact. So what exactly could be the problem? Something gotta be the problem. Now, on the second option here, in order to be able to understand the technicality behind this is, on the second phase, we did on the part 1 teach you how to pull on this side, toe out and toe front, toe in and toe out method to be able, which is a method to be able to test the other side right there. Then today we're going to be taking a different approach, because right now, as we have certified that the front have no any issues, we're going to be going on the back, and we're going to be using a different procedure to do that. So in order to be able to do that, the first thing we're going to be telling you to do is to put your car on the lift like you see right now and remove the tire. Or you even also want to leave the tire with it, but it's best that you remove the tire so you can be able to inspect every component that is around that area. Now the next thing you want to do after suspending your car is you want to go right inside. Let me take you right here. Then you drop the handbrake and make sure that the car is well secure, that it's not going to move when you drop the handbrake. So you drop it right here. Now the reality why, the main reason why you want to drop it is if you drop it, the tire will have the tendency to be able to play when you get it connected back. You suppose I tie this tire back right now with the brake not holding it in place, with the handbrake out, it can be able to play in different ways that you can be able to look at it critically and know if there is a problem. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to attach the tire and tie two bolts here, two of the lug nuts here, and tie very strongly. Then I take a test at it the way I showed you guys the other day and see if there's going to be any problem right here. So put the tire on. Okay, so here we've got the tire back to it. So I want to pull it like this and pull it like that. And you can pretty much see that there is no any movement right here, and the tire is free from the handbrake, so it's moving. Now that test which I'm performing here with the tire lifted up without the handbrake on is actually to see if the shaft here that bolted this the hub is intact. If suppose there is going to be any play, but there don't seem to be any some sort of play. And here we have the okay, we have the back shocks right here. There's the strut, and funny, the strut is just intact as it's supposed to be. So at this very point right now, it got me a lot puzzled. But here, there is one more thing which I'm going to be checking here. I will likely want to be checking before going further. At this very point, I'm going to be leaving this one and take on the other side right there. Then we take a look at it again, remove the tire, then check the whole system that is around that area, that region right there. Okay guys, so now we're going to be looking at the different face here. And the different face we're going to be looking at here is there are surrounding bushing that holds this thing in place. We've actually lost this one here. We'll try to shift it because the pulling over side to side that you're seeing cannot come up and down like this. It has to be like this because some sort of a tilt on the tire like this is gonna make the car to go that way, and that is exactly the motion demonstration of exactly the problem that you're having right there, which this car is also having. So every bushing that's supposed to be responsible in stabilizing this tire from preventing it from making that waving right there is they have a bushing here, which is somewhere underneath here where I place my jack right here. So that bushing can actually cause it if it is wrong. Then we'll have another bushing here, and these bushing are actually the down control arms for these very back tires. And we have another, of course, we have another bushing here, and this one that you can see over here also. This bushing and this bushing, but this one wouldn't actually cause that problem. But this one and the other one can be able to cause a problem because it's actually controlling the tire from moving like this. So if any of those bushing get worn out, it's actually pretty much gonna go. But while looking at it from here, I can actually see the linkage here. The linkage is quite okay, although technically you can see the linkage here. The linkage on this one is quite okay, and I think that's something I forgot to check on the other one, which will make me actually to go back to that very one there before I round up this very video. So everything that I see right here seems pretty much in a very good condition, and that keep me puzzled. Why I'm giving you guys this very information here is, even if I might not be able to find this one right now, doesn't mean I'm not gonna find it later. So you should use this information to check yours very, very well before you can proceed further. So you want to make sure that the bushing that is holding this very arm right here down to the chassis is holding it very strong, and there is no some sort of a play or breakage. If there is any breakage or wreckage on that bushing right there, then this tire right here will have the ability to move side to side while you're on a high speed, because when you're on a low speed this doesn't happen, but on a high speed. And so what it means technically is that when the car is on a high speed, the weight on the car is quite a little bit more lighter. So any little play on any of this bushing that is not holding it very intact is gonna cause that kind of a problem, and that can actually swerve you over into the bush area. So I'm gonna tie this tire back, we jack the other side there, I'll show you what I found right there. And it's very shocking actually to know if that can actually be able to cause it, because up to this very moment I think I am giving it a thought that's a different thing entirely, not actually it's actually coming, is it contacted, is yeah, oh sort of, I think, oh my goodness, oh I think that can actually cause it. I think that could be the problem. Now I'm thinking in the right pattern right now. The right pattern that I'm actually taking right now is, we are discussing on a car that is going like that, like a snake motion, all right, swerving. And here I think they did have engineering to actually control that here, and that is what they call the sway bar. All right, the sway bar function, to me, I think this car is actually giving more in-depth detail about the sway bar function, so that the car will not sway, so that the car will not swerve. So what happens is, if one of those linkage that holds the sway bar in place got broken, so definitely the car is gonna sway. So that's exactly the same situation that we have here. So regardless that the sway bar can actually cause it, if suppose the sway bar is broken, or the linkage that held the sway bar is broken, it means it has actually left the sway bar not doing its job. So at that very point here, I'm establishing the fact, a very new fact right here, that technically speaking, the linkage stabilizer that's actually holding the sway bar, when it has any problem or broken, can actually cause this kind of a problem. So right now we're gonna be fitting this car back here, so I'm gonna show you exactly where that problem is so you can see it right now. I think it's gonna be very beneficial for most of you guys who are following up on this swerving or car pulling side to side while driving on a high speed. All right. Okay, so here, after much check, right now you can see the sway bar somewhere around there. So this is the sway bar, and there is a linkage that connects to it. Look at the linkage. So this linkage is broken. Can you see that right there? So it's broken, and I guess the people who actually fixed it initially knows that problem, but they wouldn't think that it could actually cause this kind of problem that is trying to create a further accident. So I think the breaking news for today finally helped, and most of you who watched it down to this very point are definitely gonna get a better place to look at when you're trying to troubleshoot a car that sway or pull side to side while you're driving. Because as we can see right now, most of the bushings are intact. There is no any some sort of a damage to that's gonna actually give room for any excessive play that's gonna cause this kind of a huge swerving or pulling right to left while the car is on a high speed. So guys, this is Dr. Cool Auto Fix. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Give me a thumbs up if you do, if it helped you solve your problem, and subscribe to my channel. I gotta catch you guys later. Bye for now.